going to talk about picking a niche and doing something. So in picking a niche, this is really an area where you might want to flesh out your curiosity. You might say you're really interested in data science. You're really interested in the environment. It can be something that fills you with energy and passion, or it can be a problem in the world that you want to learn about and ultimately contribute to. So in terms of picking a niche and doing something about it, Joel, where do you think people can start if they've got that hobby or that area of interest? And how can they leverage technology remotely to flesh it out a little bit?
Yeah, I think if you're a younger professional or a student and you don't necessarily feel like an expert on a topic, understanding that the world of social media and kind of online presence, there's a lot of people that are always willing to have a conversation to help. And even if you reach out, to request a phone call or a chat over Zoom, as long as you're asking politely and respectfully, the worst thing that will happen is that they just say no and they're too busy. So I think leading with that foot forward of if you're being respectful and polite, the worst thing you'll get is a no in response. The other thought would be just being curious and kind of cultivating that curiosity with some kind of platform or online space where, whether that's a blog or Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn's a great space. Start putting those thoughts and those questions in some form of content after you've identified a particular niche. And I think once you've kind of garnered that information and feedback from experts or mentors or people in the community, once you've picked that one thing, you can really hone in on your steps afterwards.
Definitely. I love the idea right now of learning in public. So the old model of you go to university for several years and you lock yourself in a room and you bang out this thing and then ultimately you come out with a qualification that says, now I'm qualified to do this thing. I think those days are largely dusted. And if you get to the end of a uni degree or the end of a period of work and you haven't been showing people what you've been doing along the way, that's totally
Mm-hmm.
fine, but you're missing some opportunities. So this idea of starting a blog and putting out a blog every week, starting a podcast and recording your thoughts each week, starting a YouTube channel, uploading a short little video every few days, every week, even if it's one a month. I mean, we're recording this in April. If you do that for the next 8 months, you'll have 8 pieces of content, 8 recordings of what you've learned, all before the end of the year. So
Mm-hmm.
it's picking something rather than trying to do everything. Just pick one thing, give it a go. And if in a month or two you don't like it, you can always give it up. You can move on to the next thing. But start
Totally.
something, try to go deep.